Hi there, I'm Christina, and today I'm joined by Matt Wren with Tar Heel Basement Systems. If you've never taken a look what's below your crawl space of your home before, you might be surprised by what's down there. Matt's here to share some must-know tips and solutions for homeowners. Matt, if homeowners were able to look under their crawl space, what might they find?
Yeah, if a homeowner's gonna take a peek underneath their crawl space, they can poke their head in the crawl space door, and what they'll see, or what they should see, is a vapor barrier covering the dirt that's underneath their house. They'll also see their floor system, all the floor joists that's holding up their home, and the foundation wall, and then insulation in the floor system as well. Those are the basics of what should be in the crawl space.
And what should they be aware of when they have a crawl space under their home?
So unfortunately, a lot of times those crawl spaces get a little nasty over time, or a lot nasty actually. So that insulation will fall, mold will start to grow, fungal growth on those wood joists, and then there is the potential of standing water. In addition, lots of pests like to get in a crawl space, rodents, snakes, bugs, spiders, all those things can be in the crawl space. And a lot of times that vapor barrier that was put in place is crumpled up and off to the side and not really doing what it was intended to do.
So if there's moisture, and I assume coming from vapor and moisture in the crawl space, how did that get in there?
There's a couple different ways it can happen. The other thing that's also a lot of times in a crawl space is your HVAC ductwork. So especially in the summertime, when there's very cold air going through your HVAC system and you've got open vents to your crawl space, that hot air and cold air meet and it's gonna sweat. So the ductwork will be soaking wet and dripping water down. So that's one way. The humidity that we have in the coast here in North Carolina adds to it quite a bit. Now also, if there's standing water in the crawl space, most of the time that's from groundwater, where we actually have water saturating through the foundation wall and making its way into the crawl space.
So what's the solution for a wet crawl space? I assume I can't ignore it.
Definitely should not be ignored. 50% of the air you breathe on the first floor of a home comes from the crawl space, so you don't want to have a nasty environment underneath your house. So what's called encapsulating a crawl space is a very common practice, sealing up the crawl space from that humid air, putting an air system in place that's going to dehumidify, but also clean the air that you're breathing on the first floor of the house. And then if there is standing water underneath your house as well, we would put in a drainage system to take care of that and discharge that water away from your home.
Yeah, well, if you're like me, I'm not trying to go into the crawl space. That's something that you do. You definitely want to hire a professional. How easy is it to get that process started?
For sure, you're going to need a professional to do any of this type of work. If you visit tarheelbasementsystems.com, we can definitely set up a free inspection. You can also give us a call.
So once we give the office a call and set up the appointment, what happens from there? How easy is this process?
Yeah, so the first step in the process is we would set up an inspection for one of our certified field inspectors to come take a look at the house, get a history of the home, find out what's going on, then of course inspect the crawl space to see what issues are happening. And then at that point we sit down, talk through the issues, how we fix them, and what the long-term solution will be for the home.
And expectation-wise, is this something that can be handled within days, a week?
Yeah, so most of the projects themselves are going to be a 2 to 3 day project, depending on the size of the home, the extent of the issues. What we're doing is cleaning out that crawl space and then changing that environment underneath the home, sealing off the vents, putting a vapor barrier down on the ground, covering the walls, wrapping all the piers underneath the home. And then the heart of the system is the air system that's going to dehumidifier, bring your wood moisture levels down, any fungal growth will go dormant, and also purify that air that's now coming up into the home and you're breathing on the first floor.
With these types of issues, I assume they can be costly. Do you offer any type of financing or solutions for customers?
Absolutely. If a customer's not going to pay with a credit card or a check, we offer financing. We have a 0% plan for 18 months, no minimum monthly payment. Just knock out the whole investment within 18 months. You don't pay any interest.
Oh, perfect. All right. Well, if you suspect you have issues in your crawl space, or you just want to have your crawl space inspected, don't try to do it yourself. Let the experts handle it. Tar Heel Basement Systems has your back. Give them a call today. We'll see you next time.